everyone. So I am going to try this thing where I record to my different social platforms. And I'm gonna just do different ones every day and post it wherever I feel like posting it, I guess. So I am going to do a little bit of I like to do multiple kind of piles or groups just because different people in different situations are going to be viewing this. And I just think it's a lot more personal when you get to kind of tune in and use your own intuition to see which pile or which group you're a part of. So I am going to draw a I'm going to just do two piles again. So I'm going to use my Moonology Oracle deck. And let's just see what messages the first group is needing to hear most right now. So I'm just going to let you kind of feel into the energy here. This is the first pile. And then feel into the energy of the second pile. All right. So for those of you who chose the first pile, you got it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. And the second pile, your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. All right. So I know that there's a lot going on right now, especially politically. And so I'm really feeling those that are on the side of the full moon in Scorpio and it's time to release negativity. I'm getting more so that it is also like external negativity and a lot of kind of lower vibrations that may have been bringing your energy down and your just your vibration. Maybe even like your outlook on life right now is just a little bit more grim because of what's happening. So I'm going to use my Light Seers Tarot. And let's just do a little bit of a clarifier on this. Okay. So the first one that I got is the Fool card. So clarifying the energy. And you can kind of see that there's this darkness, this shadow right here, and then there's the light. So it's as if you're being drawn to the light, but the shadows that are casting around are still kind of trying to pull you in. And it's like it's trying to consume the person, and they are so close to just going over that edge there. Let's see if I don't disappear here. And then there's this divineness happening. And so it's like a soul's calling that is just like, come this way, come this way. And then there's just like this darkness. But the nature of the Fool card is that this is a major, major life decision, right? And so it's not just a simple, like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Let's go that way. It's actually like really this defining moment to make the choice to actually move towards that light, to move towards that divine calling, that soul calling, and to be able to really filter out the noise. So, one of the things that I got as far as your advice, this Five of Pentacles came out to me as a recognition. So it's not necessarily like Five of Pentacles is your advice card. It's more like realizing what is holding you back. And part of that, I feel, is your sense of security, your kind of that material sense, like with the pentacles, right? But it's not even realizing that you have the answers right here with this key, this door that will open up this new world, just like in this Fool card, right? It's almost like this is right beyond this door. I'm thinking of Alice in Wonderland right now of like, oh, you're looking for the key and you feel so stuck. And it's like there's so much sadness of what's been lost and just feeling abandoned and there's no support, there's no help, but the key is right here. And the person really just needs to kind of lift up their head and get and pull themselves out of that darkness, out of that shadow, out of that energy of this surrounding negativity. Also, Scorpio being a card of transformation. And this one is like the card of death and rebirth. It's like that old version of the self dying and this new version being reborn. So, your advice really is to sit with your situation a little bit and allow those feelings to come through because I feel like those feelings are kind of inhibiting you from moving forward. Those feelings want to be felt, and as always, I always suggest, depending on the nature of the situation, your situation, I always suggest potentially using some professional mental health support or seeking services, or even a really close trusted friend that is um, properly informed of what you are needing of them, just because, there's this whole thing of just kind of dumping emotions onto other people and they didn't really give permission, right? So that's why it tends to work to seek out services because you already know that that's kind of what they're there for and that's what they do, and you won't kind of cause some tension within those relationships by doing that. So I'm going to move on to the second pile. So your dreams need a practical plan. So this is Taurus energy. And we just had our full moon in Leo, so that can also be an influence, but I find it interesting that we got two full moon cards. So let's just start with the clarifier. All right, so your dreams need a practical plan. We got the Knight of Wands, and then we got the Three of Pentacles. So, in a similar but not fashion to the first group, you are actually being called to move towards your passions. I feel like there's this fire inside of you that is wanting to explore or have fun or go out and adventure. Sagittarius energy is coming through. I know Leo is a fire sign, but this feels very Sagittarius, and this can be something creative, just something that gives more freedom, a little bit less restricting, right? It's more fun, and there's just this feeling of music and dancing. And with this Three of Pentacles, the practical plan is actually one of seeking out people, resources, services that have what you are lacking. So I always use the traditional Rider Waite Tarot example of like the building of a structure, right? And needing an architect and needing the visionary and needing the construction team and needing the materials, right? There's all these pieces and everyone kind of specializes in their own way. So within your situation, it feels like there is a need to go out. And I think that's where this Knight of Wands is coming in, of like going out and exploring. And within that, you'll also find these situations or experiences or people that you wouldn't have found if you just kind of stayed in your little bubble or doing what you've always done. I feel like there are some things that you need to experience or make connections that are going to help you with the thing that you are looking or seeking to achieve. So that could even be looking up online courses if there's maybe a gap in your career experience. And maybe you want to look more into leadership roles or getting that promotion and you've never done it before. And so maybe you can like look up different leadership development courses or find videos on YouTube and things like that. And so I'm feeling like there's just this need to work with other people in order to find what you are seeking. But you're gonna have to go out and do it. Like they're not just gonna come and find you. You're going to need to get yourself out there. So I'm trying to keep these all within about 10 minutes. That's also what I would need to post it within TikTok or Instagram. I know YouTube allows for a little more, but I'll just kind of keep going with it. Leave your feedback. And yeah, I hope this is helpful, and best of luck to you on your journeys.